The menace of commercial motorcyclists, popularly called Okada riders in Lagos, is becoming a hydra-headed monster that sprouts the more it is caught. After restriction on activities of Okada in February 2020 without a respite, the state governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu directed a total ban on their operations in 6 local government areas, effective from 1st of June 2022. Opinions are divided as enforcement of the ban in Ikeja, Surulere, Eti-Osa, Lagos Mainland, Lagos Island and Apapa began with the Commissioner of Police in the state, Abiodun Alabi, labeling them as foreign criminals or criminals operating as commercial motorcyclists. BKO, I would like to start with you. Why has it been so difficult to sustain the efforts of the Okada ban in Lagos?
Because the political will is simply not there. The governors of Lagos State have continued to think that the heavens will fall if a total ban on the activities of these motorcycle taxis is effected. But that is a wrong assumption. Some time ago, Kano State had by far the highest number of commercial motorcyclists in our country. But today, commercial motorcyclists have been banned in Kano. They were banned at the height of the Boko Haram insurgency because they were being used to kill people. 2 men on a motorbike will storm a street, fire at people, maybe people at a drinking den, and then escape before the soldiers get to the scene. So they decided to ban them. They were replaced with tricycles. I thought it was not possible for Kano to ban Okada because I worked in Kano for years and I knew that a lot of Kano people relied on commuting from place to place with the Okada. But Kano has banned it for years now and nothing has happened. In Kano, if 2 of you are on a bike, you are going to be arrested. If you are riding alone, then you are not seen as a commercial motorcyclist. But the moment you carry a passenger, you will be seen as a commercial motorcyclist. In Sabongiri, where we used to rely almost entirely on them, what we find now are tricycles, people moving around in tricycles and all that. Taraba State has also gone ahead to ban. Commercial motorcycling began in Akwa Ibom State long before states like Kano and even Lagos began to even use them. Today, commercial motorcyclists have been banned in Akwa Ibom. In fact, it was the Apapa administration that banned them, and the government provided alternatives to them. Good-looking taxis, and some of them were told to come and apply to use those taxis. So Governor Sanwo-Olu has to be told that these guys are not Nigerians. Largely, they are not Nigerians. They are foreigners. They are not going to vote for you. Do not be under any illusion that these are people who could determine who wins an election in our country. They don't vote. They are criminals. They are not from our country. They are in our country because our borders are porous, and they don't deserve to be here. People who can, in broad daylight, in a place like Admiralty Way in Lekki, lynch a man in broad daylight and set him ablaze because of an argument, they don't deserve to be going around. They don't deserve to be carrying people because they are top grade criminals. All that needs to be done is provide alternatives. Maybe 5-seater commuter buses, 7-seater commuter buses. Replace them. Those who are interested, let them come and buy these cars. Even if you are going to pay on pay in installments. There is no, I don't know any mega city that the popular means of commuting is by motorcycles. So these guys, the government just needs to show that courage. Ban them. All this partial ban is not the solution. Ban them outright. Replace them with something better. Something that fits the status of Lagos. You ban them in 6 local governments, they move elsewhere, and they'll be operating in those places. So what have you gained? Fashola banned them at that time, but we had problems with enforcement. So they go to places where they've not been banned. There is no, all the states that have banned motorbikes, banned commercial motorcycling, they did not do partial banning. Right. If you want to ban them, if you are tired of the activities, then ban them outright.
Right.
The bulk of accidents that we have, the bulk of patients in orthopedic hospitals in Lagos are victims of Okada accidents. A lot of people get killed in Lagos when their phones are snatched and other things snatched from them by so-called Okada riders. They killed an assistant superintendent of police the other day in Ajao.
Yeah.
So people who are even killing our law enforcement agents, why are we keeping them?
Well, right, Biko.
So they've got to go, in my view.
Right. Let me come to you, Adekunle Yusuf. Well, do you think just like Biko said, they've been banned several times, right from the Fashola administration to the Sanwo-Olu administration. Recently, they banned them, and then when the NSAS issue came up, and then the COVID-19 pandemic also came up, it was like everyone wanted to, they were struggling for survival. Could that be the reason why the enforcement of the ban was weakened?
No, it's the state government that should answer that question. It's whatever the state wants to do, it should do. But the state government doesn't seem to, have the political will, to go ahead and do what is right. See, let me tell you, in May last year, this state government, Governor Sanwo-Olu, convened a security summit. Jide, we just spoke, we were there too. All groups, all major groups, be it traditional rulers, community leaders, transport unions, everybody who was somebody was there. The state government, the governor and his cabinet members were there. The immediate past commissioner of police in the state, Akim Odimushu, was the one that presented a paper and with graphic details, statistics, data, everything, what has been happening. And everybody, I was there from the beginning to the end, everybody agreed, ban Okada in, commercial motorcycle all over Lagos State. And the state government went ahead. I mean, the security summit that day came up with a communique, 12-point communique. But that was the end of the whole story.
So the idea was to ban Okada in its entirety.
It will never work when the state government is behaving in a very timid way. 2 local government, 1 local government, 1 city. No, do it. Heavens will not fall. See, let's be honest. Not everybody. Abuja is not for everybody. You don't have business staying there. So is Lagos. So are other cities. You get my point? The moment you now say, oh, you want to accommodate everything, no, it will not work. The criminality that goes on through Okada riding, you need to. It's so sad that I didn't have the copy of that, paper presented by Kim Odumus. I would have been reading, facts, data, and rousing applause when he presented that paper that day.
As a matter of fact,
so it is the state government that we will ask the question. See, when I was coming all over Ikorodu Road today, yesterday, day before yesterday, every day you see bikes all over highways. Some are so daring that they even drive
against the traffic.
Traffic.
Absolutely.
That's one. 2, when you look at BRT, apart from the menace of Okada people, there's another one on Lagos Road that you feel sorry that do we have government in this state?
What's that?
You have truck. What do you call this one?
Cart pushers.
Cart pushers. Some of them carrying food items. Some of them carrying iron. Other. And you will see them dive not on the
pedestrian road, pedestrian side.
Direct. Some inside, the BRT lanes. Every day, some you will be lucky not to even hit them. And you say, what manner of life is this? All over.
It's quite appalling. We're actually due for a break. We'll take a break and then we will take it from where we're leaving it off. Do stay with us here on Journalist Hangouts on Sunday. We'll be back. Thanks for staying with us here on Journalist Hangout. I've been speaking with Dotun Oladipo and Adekunle Yusuf, and Babajide Sanwo-Olu has been on the show from Abuja. Thank you very kindly, gentlemen, for your time on the show. Let's pick it up from where we left off. I will be coming to you, Dotun Oladipo. The Okada ban is a thing that actually affected some of us here. It has affected a lot of us. As a matter of fact, recently, one of our staff members here in CVC was very close to the office. He had crossed the main road, used the bridge, came down, and was walking on CMD road, walking normal walk on the pedestrian road. The next thing you see was an Okada rider coming at a full speed, hit the lady, and broke the thigh. She had to be bedridden for 6 months before she resumed work. You can imagine how tough that is.
Yeah, it's so sad that this is happening in a mega city like Lagos. This issue, like Biko said, has been on for a very long time. And like he said, what is missing is the political will to tackle it. It will create some discomfort. It will create some dislocation. But in the long run, we'll be better off. At some point when we had this ban and we moved from let's do it in a phased manner. We had some respite in terms of robbery in areas like Ikeja, Ogba, Ikorodu, and the rest. That was when you had no Okada from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. We had respite from robbery because it was obvious at that time that was the tool being used. What still is the audacity of these Okada riders? The kind of things that they do, the kind of evil that they perpetrate, which was exactly what happened in Lekki. One man has an issue, about 100 will join him. whether it's right or wrong, to back that person. Once we have the political will, we can do it. It's just a matter of explaining to the citizens.
Right. I think you all are unanimous on the issue of having political will,
Yes.
and then we'll bring this menace to rest.
But also government has its own part to play.
Yeah.
About a month plus ago in Lagos, we saw a lot of taxis doing roadshow. I'm not sure I've seen those taxis in action.
They are parked in strategic police.
At some time also, we had these small buses, the ones Lagosians call Porope. We have a few of them operating, but we still can't see enough of them. At some point, we had major bus stops constructed in Lagos. The one in Ogba is no longer functional. The long buses don't come there again. So the government must match this political will to ban Okada with sufficient transportation, which is mass transit.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu with the rail system is putting in place. That will help.
Right.
That will help a great deal.
Makes sense.